So a knife was not invented to kill people. Knife was invented to make life easier for us by chopping vegetables and chopping meat. What if you choose to use that knife to stab the one sitting next to you? Who do you blame?
Generally for me, no, I think I've always decided to uplift the voice and not to tear down, because that becomes a negativity, and be genuine also.
The real you is important. Showing the real self, what you are is more important, and being happy in it is very important.
Actually, I'm a little overwhelmed to be with this panel, which is illustrious. Even though we all three of us come from the same hometown, home city, there is one thing in common between us. And I've known Rekha for a long, long time. So when I invited Rekha here, it was a little, I was so uneasy because we always have very long conversation about a lot of things. So to be on a panel like here in a formal thing is a little intimidating, because you must have, if you're from Kerala, you must have watched her channel, her YouTube channel, and how she handles celebrities, right from, of course, Vidya Balan. She has done Vidya Balan. And I would highly recommend you should watch that interview, how she handled Vidya Balan. And by the way, Vidya Balan was our guest on day one. Then, yeah, it's not going to be a professorial conversation here, because we're going to have this conversation like the way I normally talk to Rekha and her. And last night she called me and said, yeah, I'm a little nervous, what kind of, because I told her that I'm not going to be professorial with you. Because, and having said that, the topic is incredibly important. And we are here with two very powerful people, individuals, professionals actually, who have leveraged social platforms and digital platforms for empowerment, for self-empowerment. And if you speak of Rekha from red carpets, where she meets people like Bollywood stars to Mollywood stars, and to reels, and in the case of Rinsy, who have actually, I think she has done this for fun, but it's incredibly important platform. How if you watch her videos, can you believe a grey old uncle person like me watches her videos? I do, actually. I don't think she knows that. And yeah, I do watch her videos, and it's just a sense of, what you get is a sense of, aha, this beauty tips, and this is not only for women, and the way she connects with people. And that is something in common between these two guests here. They connect. And in a conversation, if you don't connect with the audience, you're not conversing. You're not having a conversation. So that's what is unique and something common between these two guests. So, and on a serious note, I'm going to ask my first question. I'm going to put my first question to Rekha. And after a couple of questions, it's going to be, we are planning something very funny. We'll just turn this whole conversation around. And yeah, Rekha might take over from me as an anchor. And we are going to we would like to have a conversation with you as well in this. So let's have this, restructure this as a conversation, if you permit, if the organizers permit me. So Rekha, serious question first. Yeah. So I'm trying to sound serious here. Sorry, apologies.
You can't. Come on, be yourself.
As a woman, okay, digital media is actually known for a male platform. Say a lot of men do exercise power over this platform, digital media. If you look at the top people who are the top influencers, for example, see if you're Mr. Beast, I'm talking about Mr. Beast like people. I'm a huge fan of Mr. Beast, by the way. It's a male-centric platform. So how did you get into this digital platform, and how do you leverage to exercise some kind of, to actually define your personality and to influence people? How do you leverage this platform?
Wow, thank you so much, and thanks Alliance for calling me for ALF. It's an interesting thing with these two people from same town, same state, maybe same street now. The way we talk about it, we are all from same town, so we have lots of connecting conversations we had. So for the question you asked, Dev, for me, I started my television career in 1999, and yes. Who told me he had, like, she was seeing me from the ninth standard. So that is the entire journey I had. So I've seen the television with the huge big cameras, beta cameras, analog to digital. And then and I used to constantly be on television doing my kind of shows, maybe interviews, quiz, women-centric shows. But when Corona hit, and that's a COVID time, and I always was thinking, why can't I start a YouTube channel? I never thought about Mr. Beast or something, but what will I do as an individual? And I not even thought about I'm a woman, it is a male-centric platform, nothing like that. I'm looking at so many other friends of mine, and somebody told me, very famous anchor told me, Chechi, you left the station. I don't think you'll ever make it back to YouTube. That was my, yes, I'm going to do it. And COVID hit me. And then I thought, okay, fine. Why not go into, I mean, the screens are getting smaller and smaller. From the big TV, I'm now being accommodated in the pockets of male and female and others, so that my shows are on YouTube. So that is what the whole thing was. I never thought about, it's a challenge, but the same thing you talked about, no? The connection continues through multiple ways. And hard stop, I love to talk. I love to communicate. Whichever platform, I love to talk.
I know that. I know that very well. So, Ansi, yeah, your story, please.
Hello, you can hear me, right? So to answer that question, okay, firstly, I'm very happy and honored to be sitting here and with Rekha, Menon, and thank you so much for inviting Dev. Okay, answering that question, I think we as creators, we don't decide if this has to be male-centric. I mean, no male creator also would even think that this has to be a male-centric field, right? I think it's the audience who decide that. It depends on how long and how many videos you watch, depends on what you choose to watch. So we as a creators, we just come, create and go. We don't have this thing in my mind that I'm a woman, okay, it's challenging. Of course it's challenging, but we don't have this in our head that this is male-centric.
So how do you connect? What actually triggered you to getting into this? Because you are a master's graduate in business management.
You mean what made me start?
Yeah, you are a mother. Then
So when I started, this was never my intention to inspire. Like, it was never in my head, and never ever I thought that I'll be continuing in this field, because I was having a job and I was already mother of three. I have three boys, an older son and twin boys. So I took a gap from my corporate world, and that's when I had, just a story. I had recorded a video for my cousin to attend another cousin's wedding. It was just a simple makeup video, and I had just sent through WhatsApp. And then the video, like, my cousins watched it and they were like, oh, it's not bad. And then I thought, okay, why not let me record and upload one on video? I mean, it was just randomly decided. And back then, when I had started, there were not many beauty content creators from Kerala. I mean, not even in Bangalore. So I just gave it a try, and with God's grace, or we can call it a luck, I had good views. And then I thought, and my family, my friends were like, why not upload more videos? So that's how it started. It was never my intention to be here. Like, I even never thought that I'll be sitting here one day and talking about inspiring people and all. It was just a random decision.
Rekha, you have interviewed, you have had conversation with, from Shah Rukh Khan to, you name it, pretty much everybody in Bollywood, Hollywood, Bollywood, and in Mollywood. You also spoken, and you have been with pretty much, you had this interviews with big stars. So have you ever, and these stars, we are talking about people who have big teams to manage them. So they have, say, stylists, they have PR agents, and some of them even have pet astrologists for their pets. So have you had any moment when you actually triggered that thing, the fear, amongst their publicists? Aha, what is this woman is doing?
Yeah, no, I don't think so because I set the expectations first. I said, this is my style. This is what I'm going to speak. Today also, I just had a call at 11 o'clock asking for these other questions to be asked. I said, yes, you can give me questions, but the way I will ask is not seem implanted or forced, number one. And number two, I will not ask any questions which is uncomfortable for this particular person. If you asked me, these are the three things should not be asked, I will not ask. Because I'm not looking for the views, clickbait, because it's, and I always go back also. So never have any PR thing, but they always look at saying how their,
No, my question is, have you ever given a heart attack to the PR teams?
they have not told me that, but I think no. Because they will come. I mean, I always say, this is something, yeah, now I remember one. He said, when it's Zoom in the Instagram Reels, I am not looking good. So can you please take it off? So I said, no, I am looking good. So it's my channel. So then we said, okay, fine, we'll just zoom out so that we don't. So that kind of things happen, but there is no PR. But we have a friendship and relationship with this, so they understand. And sometimes somebody says, Rekha, my profile, I want this profile. And so I can be anywhere. Yeah, I can be behind the camera also, no problem. But I make them comfortable. And that 30 minutes they're giving me, they should think that that was a time well spent.
Yeah. Rinsy, this is a completely different thing, So, since you chose this, you already explained how you got into this. So, when you try to do something, say when you do a video, how do you go about scripting it? Do you have a particular audience in mind? And this might be useful for the young people here who are aspiring to get into this space. So do you plan? How do you go about planning this process? Can you just explain the planning process, please?
There's no much of a plan, but I think consistency is very important. But when he's talking about the scripting thing, right? I don't really have a script for my videos. I just sit in front of the camera and talk very naturally, like how I would talk to a friend. So all raw words, and my channel is in Malayalam. So of course, I was brought up in Bangalore, so I do. I'm not very fluent in Malayalam, so I will have a little bit of English in between. So I just try to be myself. So I think being real is important, and that's how I could connect to a lot of people with the number of people I have connected. So yeah, there's no script other than some serious collaborations wherein I still tell them that I can't follow this script. Like, I'll put in my own words, and if they don't agree, I don't do it. And most of the brands do agree. So yeah, that's how I go.
Can I? How many of you? Can I share your channel's name? My next question is about her channel's name, which is "You Are Beautiful." Wow. What a name. So, how did you narrow down this particular name for your channel, your Instagram channel and your YouTube channel?
For me,
Because let me complete this, please. Because what I'm asking is, when I watch your videos, I don't think it's about for somebody like me. It's not like about beauty alone. There is something that you are trying to connect with people. And that's why I watch your videos, because I know that I'm not going to be using any of the tips you give or follow any tips you give or the products you suggest. It's all about, I look at it as more of a communication channel. So how did you narrow down on this channel, and can you share your secrets of communication?
There's no secrets. Why I named it You Are Beautiful is because I believe everyone is beautiful. Everybody is sitting here right now. Everyone is beautiful, because see, for me, beauty is not like you put on makeup and then you are beauty, because I know so many beautiful people with a very bad heart. So I believe that you are beautiful when you are really kind, when you're empathetic. So I chose that name because anyone who visits my channel, you are already beautiful. So that's how I chose that name.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Rekha, so it's a personal question. I hope you are the head of a corporate and a multinational bank, heading the corporate communication thing. And I know that you have a family, because your husband is a close friend of mine. Her son is a friend of mine. So how do you You said, when I invited you, you told me that you are going to be in Pune and you're going to be flying back to Chennai 3 o'clock in the morning and 7 o'clock you're going to catch a flight to Bangalore. So how do you balance this and where do you strike the balance? Or is there something called balance in life, work?
I think personally the balance for me is when what you like you're doing, right? Enjoy what you do, then you will make time for it. If I have but today I was just showing my phone to my 83-year-old aunt is giving me some audio clips from Calicut saying, Nee evadeya, where are you? Why are you not responding to me? So morning I was flying. So I think if you enjoy, I have time for everybody. I have kept that for me because my work is my work Monday to Friday. Then Saturday, if he told me Feb 21st, a month back and I said I'll be there. So that word and that concept, she told about that kind of it is not even a kindness also, but then talking about giving a word to someone, if I have to be there, I will make it happen. And the balance maybe, I think Ajit is more balanced than me, my husband, and somebody asked me, who asked me, so what is Ajit doing? He'll be very happy, like one more day of no nonsense at home, no noise pollution, happy, he's reading his books. And evening I come in, then this mayhem starts. So then the neighbor said, oh, your wife is back, right? I heard the noise. So, but otherwise, I enjoy. Monday to Friday, I have this hectic work, but Saturday morning, I take a flight, I go see my mom and I interview a celebrity and I come back. And that is my energy. And then I think everybody said, how would you manage the time? I had a baby also, but I still remember this is something which I don't know whether you know this. When my son was around 6 months old, I got an opportunity to go to University of British Columbia for being a visiting scholar for media studies. And this, I applied it before I got pregnant. And when I delivered, I got this. So I said, I have to make it happen. So my mom and my mother-in-law took care of my son. And I went and studied and came back. It was like coming to this old campus, having the same kind of a library pass and a bus pass. It was so good to go to a campus and come back. So that is something I felt so good that making it happen with the right support system, which you need to have.
Yeah. Rinsy, how about you? The same question.
Like Rekha Menon said, when you... I grew up watching her, so I always address her as Rekha Menon. I'm sorry, Rekha. Okay, like she said, when you like something, you'll do anything for it. Like, it depends on the priority lists in your life. Like, sometimes my content creation would be my priority. A week, it might be my kids. So I balance it like that. So I love my content creation. I love my kids. I love my husband. You guys love your boyfriends and girlfriends. You prioritize them, right? So you like something, you prioritize it. So whatever you like, you'll do anything for it. Doesn't mean that you're always happy, because today I'm sitting in front of you all cool and calm and all. I'm not like this at home. Ask my kids, ask my husband. They know a different side of me where I get angry, I scream. I don't talk like this at home. I literally shout. So it's all about managing your priorities. You like it, you do it, you'll do anything for it.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
That's genuine. We all do that. Multiples.
Yeah, I also do that, But luckily, fortunately, my kids have grown up, so I don't have to scream at them. Rather, they scream at me now. So, Rekha, so you, in your series, so, in your experience, long experience of interviewing celebrities, what is the best non-answer you have ever had? They try to explain something and this is a non-answer. You're just asking a very direct question. But can you recollect? Can you think of a non-answer? You don't have to name the celebrity.
Yeah, but I got fantastic answers when I asked a question. I can tell this. When I interviewed Shri Kamal Hassan, when I asked him a question, sir, where is the thin line between inspiration and copying? And he gave a fab answer without even batting an eyelid. And that is what the whole thing is. So I asked this question to multiple people. And I think 2 or 3 have... This is my standard question, okay? In the exam paper, we'll know this question will definitely come. That is my question. I will ask this all the time if it makes it, which is applicable to that relevance to that person. But this question with no answer, sometimes, they say something and they'll come and say, can you please cut that out?
Any interesting tips you can share with the, because since we had
Yeah.
Vidya Balan couple of days ago. I know that, how did that go about?
Vidya is a darling. And first time I met, she was shooting for this Bhool Bhulaiya, which is Manish Tar's Malayalam Hindi version in Priyadarshan's set. So he said she's in that caravan, you can go and meet her. So I'm like literally in the film city and coming all the way from Chennai and going in. The moment I opened the door, somebody opened the door and she immediately talked to me and said, "Oh my God, my uncle likes you." This was the breaking the ice that minute. My Periyappa romba pudikku. So I said, and then he said that Periyappa is no more, and we started having that conversation. And that was my first time interview. And she told me, after the interview, you just directly get into the car and go. Because there will be pranksters in this set. And he meant maybe Akshay Kumar and other people. So I said, do not fall for anything, just walk. So then, next time I interviewed her in Mumbai, and I still remember she came in and she asked everybody in my crew members, have you eaten your lunch? So this is something which you relate to a person because, have you eaten? Then we can start the show. Most of the celebrities have done that to my team members. They might ask me first, maybe because I meet them first when we come into the show. So I think that relationship matters on how they are. And with Vidya, she will just laugh and drop off a hat. So I was telling this story. She did this movie called Meri Pyari Sulu. And the director Suresh and myself, and she was there in that whole thing, and he told me, just tell her gulu gulu. Then you don't need to ask any question. Interview will hoga, he'll just get finished. So I said, Vidya, what is this gulu gulu? Done. 40 seconds direct laughing. You can just go back and see my FTQ. This interview was there. It was an online interview. She started laughing, ha ha, and different types of laugh and everything. She's so beautiful. So we were like, okay, we are all looking at you. So this is something which I always, and maybe everybody has that kind of a warmth when you create. So maybe the tips I can tell you, is that basically when you have to, not even for an interview, even for doing for your own podcast or something in your college or something, do your homework properly. The moment you do your homework and you see that they are something, you have substance, you're actually talking something which is makes them look good, feel good, and they can also talk. That is where you start them. Rather than asking a very superficial questions and make them irritated. And I have never asked somebody like, who are you dating? It's not matter to me. Yeah. It is their personal problem. And then when are you getting married? I remember I interviewed actor Surya, and I know that he was getting married the next week. But I did not ask that question. And people started asking me, why did you not ask? I said, why? If he wanted to tell, he would have told me. I had 1 hour of interview with him. So, I keep that distance whether they want, if at all they want to ask. And I ask them also, what is that something you really want to talk about from this interview? That I make. And I will not ask anything uncomfortable.
So you don't get too many non-answers?
No.
Not too many,
No.
yeah. That's a good tip, yeah, for future aspiring interviewers.
Yes.
That could be a great tip. Rinsy, Rinsy, say, have you had any opportunity or rather, not opportunity, I wouldn't say, just any of people who your followers, I know you have hundreds of thousands of followers. Do they get back to you in comments and ask you for personal tips?
I get mostly asked for beauty related, like skin related, and I remember someone asking me how to get a jaw like yours. And that is something, I don't know how to help that. And then I replied to her that be happy with what you have, because this is not the perfect jaw. I know that. But I'm happy with what I am. And I do have flaws, but the real you is important. Showing the real self, what you are is more important. And being happy in it is very important. Instead of correcting your jaw, correcting your tooth, all sorts of corrections. There's nothing wrong in doing it. Do it. If it makes you happy, do it. But I think, I have got many collaborations from skincare clinics, and it's for fillers, promoting fillers, and for liposuctions and all. But I never went for it because I personally don't believe that I have to do something, something on my body to be happy. There are so many things to be happy about, right? So I give such advices, and this took me back to, I once mentioned that someone asked me, do videos on skin whitening. And then I asked, why do you want to whiten your skin? And then you won't believe, a lot of people supported me because I stood against that. But I also got negative comments asking, why can't you promote skin whitening product? Because we have been skin shamed. I don't even know if that's the right term. I think it is. We have been skin shamed ever since we've been born. So I understand why that question comes, because they are deeply affected. But I want to say is, don't let that affect you. Like, somebody else's opinion should not affect you, because I am not perfect here, but am I happy? Yes, I am. I have a lot of flaws, but I am happy. I try to be happy. Having said that, you can't always be positive because it's normal to feel low at times. Because I remember I always take breaks from social media because I'm not always positive. I can't think positive. I lost my dad 6 months ago, and I took my break because it was important for my mental health. And I think more than the online personality that you create, the online comments and likes you get, I think you have to work on, you have to work more how you are offline. I think that will help you be a good personality online as well.
Yeah. Quite interesting, yeah. Thank you for sharing this tip. And sorry for the loss, your loss of your father. Rekha, now, we are just moving a little bit back to something serious. You know what's been happening with the how digital platforms, are having a very bad influence on youngsters. Bearing in mind, I'm just referring to, just inferring to what happened in Delhi, to these three kids who jumped off the balcony, and what, suppose something happened in Kerala also recently, because of the influence, they were influenced by Koreans, not K-pop, so it's Korean influencers. And how do you actually, what do you think of, what is your take on this? And so how do you actually leverage this? So it can be a bad influence as well. So would you recommend, what is your recommendation for young people? Where do they draw the line when they follow someone? And say, for example, yeah, I'll come back to Rinsy later. For example, I have a problem with Victoria Beckham's, tips and for young girls particularly, which has led to eating disorders and a lot of thinning. So how thinning is slimming is beautiful. As rather super slimming, there is a new word called super slimming now, and how that can be very beautiful. So what is your take on this? So this.
See, I had one project in hand, which is my son. He's now 23 years old. So he studied in a school, KFI, which is Krishnamurti Foundation School. So when he was into the 8th standard, we were all called, the parents were all called by the teachers, and especially the principal said that now you need to also give him privacy, give him some kind of leverage on, but also have a tab on who is he talking to, who might be. And this is something I knew because, and the relationship with my son matters to me. I mean, we were very friendly, and that is where we started, or me and Ajit basically started looking at whom is he talking, and he has a mobile phone because that time he goes to the school, then there's a tuition, they come back, then whether has he reached home, all those things can be only connected through mobile phone. But in the generally for me, I think I've always decided to uplift the voice and not to tear down, because that becomes a negativity, and be genuine also. But for me, I think I think I can't answer this correctly because to how to inspire youngsters or to understand where does it, because it is now it's a faceless enemy. You need to understand the face, whether it is good for you, and it's extremely difficult. And for example, I tell you for how the mentality works. So if I put a very nice, happy message, oh, life is beautiful, sun rises in the east kind of a story, nobody watches it, nobody sees, no comments. I don't get depressed, but did not happen. Next day, this is something how to be very genuine. So how many of you have brothers at home who bullies you for anything and everything? So I grew up with Hasi. So everybody, and these are my very good classy cousins, and I'm a single daughter. So they used to always make fun of me, but then we are great friends as well. So I thought till age of 13, my name was Shut Up. Anything and everything, shut up. So I put this. as a story, 13,000 likes. So that, wow. So people love to see the, all these maybe quirkiness, sarcasm, be genuine. So that happens very well. But handling social media, it is different from a case to case and home to home. Depends on how you relate to your child is more important.
I asked you because I got scared. My son sitting here, he's just 17, and he changes profile picture to some
Oh,
Korean.
has he not blocked you?
He has blocked me.
No.
He blocked me on Instagram, and he blocked my wife also on Instagram. So we don't know what's happening.
No, my son, I'll give you the trick. He has got 2 accounts. One is for mummy and Achan. One is for his friends.
He's got 3 accounts.
So then they will tell me, oh, your son now is, and I saw him in Starbucks. I thought he was in Max class. So this is something 5 years back. Now we know. Now whether we handle it or not, I'm fine,
Yeah, and again, on bullying thing, actually it's the other way around at my home because his sister bullies him.
How many of you heard that you don't know anything? I hear it every day. You don't know anything, Amma, please. And all my interviews, he has to do the thumb and everything. So I literally had to beg. Raat ko 12 baje, I'll say, please, Mone, onnu cheyada. Then I get it happen. This is something my personal agony, but today my interview got uploaded. So last night, 12 o'clock, he calls me. And I said, please approve it. That's it, nothing else. Please approve. He will not do any change. Sorry, Avan, this is for you.
Yeah, Rinsy, on a serious, going back to the same question, so, you must have been familiar with a lot of influencers who are in your line of work, wellness, beauty tips, and who are encouraging people to be super thin. And I think it started with Victoria Beckham's promos. I don't know, I just don't agree with what she's promoting and what she does. Because, and what's your take on that? How do you do anything about when you diet tips and
No.
so forth?
No. First of all, I don't give much of diet tips. And like I said, it's not about just slimming and thinning, like you said. Like there are a lot of other stuffs, like I mentioned earlier, like using fillers. Now, everything is being normalized, which is not good, is what I believe. But yeah, for other influencers who promote this, I don't know what's their mentality, but for me, I personally don't promote such things, and nor I encourage people to. I don't say people that you are beautiful only when you're slim and thin and you have a thin waist and you are 24. What is that size? 36, 24, 36, right? Yeah. So yeah. See what, but I also don't want to normalize that overweight is okay, because that's not okay. You have to be healthy. Like I know you will have some medical problems and all. I mean, that's understood. But otherwise, when you're unhealthy and overweight, that is not normal. So, like I said, I don't promote like being thin is beautiful.
Adding to that, I get this question often saying, oh, you look so tanned. I said, this is my Amma and Achan's chromosome gene color on my face. It is not tan. This is how I look. Then the next savage comes in, oh, you look so good on TV. I said, makeup, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, just before we just wind up, and we'll take, take questions from the audience. One last question is, say, when you get a comment that, no, this is, what you've done is rubbish. What do you do with that person? If your comment is a person, and she says that, no, this is garbage, would you block him, or what do you do with that? Would you just respond that you should go and get therapy?
I ignore. See, you don't have to address everyone's opinions, right? I mean, it's their opinion. It's for them. I just ignore.
Rekha?
Yeah, I agree. Letting go is a feminine strength. Let it go. This person does not bother to you after 3 minutes. For 3 minutes, if your mental health is, upset because of this, and it is a fake account. You come and directly tell me in front of me and tell me, Rekha, I mean, after I get this comment because I asked question, and sometimes out of my conversation, sometimes in between, I also ask in sub-layered questions and said, why are you not letting talk? But this is a conversation. It is not like A to B. But then I don't. But I definitely look at that and I will make sure that I scream at him on the screen. And that is for me. And that is letting go.
Now, Rekha, you have any questions for us? For me and Rinsy.
Dev, the last 1.5 years, how many courses you have done on AI? And keep sending me, saying, do this, do that.
300.
Is it going to be 500 this year? What is your target?
I don't know. Just I would like to actually do more because there aren't enough courses now in AI because I've done a proper engineering in AI now. There aren't enough. I've actually, as a matter of fact, I've written to them to upload more courses so that I can do that. Of course, yeah, I am obsessed with AI.
You used to tell my son, you should join football. I don't know why you said that. Okay. And he calls him football uncle because I have no idea why he doesn't know how to play football. Rinsy, your question. See, what is easy, a role change. I saw one of your videos where you're literally telling that I use this product and please don't use it. That guts. Because I know that you have not taken, it's not a collaboration or something. And I messaged her saying, bravo. But then, what was the decision to do that? Because, should I do it or not? Should I not do it? That kind of a...
It's not just one video. I do a lot of videos where a product doesn't work for me.
And I did not buy that, okay? I was about to buy that.
Good for you. Okay, so when I began my YouTube channel, so we always I believe being real is important. And I try to be someone who I would want from an influencer, right? So I try to be as honest as I can. And having said that, if something doesn't work for me, doesn't mean that it will not work for you. Because I have a very crappy skin. It's very oily, acne prone, pores and all. So if something works for me, that may not work for you. And if something doesn't work for me, it might work for the dry skin beauties. So yeah, but still, so whatever doesn't work for me, there are people with my skin type in my audience, and I think and I believe that you have to be very open and real about it. And so when I began doing that, I was all like, said, bravo, wow, yeah, I just expressed whatever I wanted to express. But that comes with a lot of challenges behind the screen. But I'm again a person who don't talk about my personal stuff. So it comes with a lot of other legal notices, emails. There are people messaging me asking to remove the video. So yeah, I face a lot of that. But I still believe that, you have to be honest. And I have, till date, if I have promoted something, it has worked for me. And whatever I have said hasn't worked for me, it really didn't work for me. And brands are behind me. I have lots of enemies in this field. Lots of brands don't like to work with me because I have rejected their products. But I think it's okay, right?
Okay. Yeah. Now we'll open up for the audience. I'm sure, a lot of you have a lot of questions.
Yeah, there she is.
Please be kind.
Don't.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Actually, I'm a student of Devdas, sir.
301 courses will come to you now.
We actually did. We had an entire semester only based on AI. So my question is based on the theme, platforms to power. So I've noticed that many social media platforms or journalists provide information that's rather fake, and most viewers believe it's true. So I want to know your reply to those journalists or creators who are not valuing their ethics.
You want the teacher to answer that?
Yeah, can I start?
Yeah, please.
Anyone.
Yeah. Since I think I don't know whether I'm qualified to. I think I'm qualified to answer this question because I come from the industry. I've been a journalist for a long time, and since getting into AI, and social platforms. So I got into social platforms way when they started. So, say Twitter, Instagram, or rather Facebook, when they started in, I think 20 years ago. I was one of the early birds there. So, and what AI has done is AI has actually worsened a bad situation, made a bad situation even worse. But that doesn't. Having said that, I'm not asking. I don't think the solution is to resist this, because I always tell people an analogy. It's easy to blame social media and AI for everything wrong in the world. You wake up with a migraine in the world, you blame Mark Zuckerberg for that, or ChatGPT for that. That's easy to say that, but this just when you take it as a tool, not only in journalism, any area of work, it's just a tool, and it's as good as the whose hand it is, or what you are using it for. So a knife was not invented to kill people. Knife was invented to make life easier for us by chopping vegetables and chopping meat. But what if you choose to use that knife to stab the one sitting next to you? Who do you blame? Would you blame the knife for that?
I wouldn't do so.
No, if you do that, don't blame the. So it's easy to blame a tool or technology for everything wrong in the world. So in the right hands, this can amplify your powers, and it can make you more productive and more creative. I'm not asking, most of the students use this for the wrong reason, to cheat their professors, write an 800-word long essay on blah, 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 and we know that you're going to be using ChatGPT or Gemini for that. So what we had to do is we had to stop giving such assignments in the first place. Okay, so that to make it, should make sure that you don't cheat. But these, as a tool, these are super helpful, and it can actually make you more productive and creative. That's my experience with social media for 20 years and AI for the last 10 years.
I can add
AI is healthy, but people are dangerous.
Yeah. Like you and the knife.
I can add to that, when you see a fake news, you have something called your sensibility. Use that. Because how many times we've seen that as celebrities' death news, and that is a fake logo of a prominent media house. And one actor in Kerala has died 3 times now.
I have been through this. So there was one YouTuber named Rinsy, and then she was caught with cocaine from the airport, Cochin airport, and then everyone, and I had just lost my dad that time, and it was not even a week, and I've been getting DMs and emails like, I didn't expect you would do this, like, you Rinsy, you.
I have a confession to make.
The moment
Very
I
bad.
mentioned Rinsy is a good panelist, he asked me, is the same Rinsy? And I had no news on that. I said no, and without batting an eyelid. So I don't know whether how many of you can see this picture. So this is something my son sent it to me saying, Amma, this is my girlfriend. So within a second I said, Poda, this is AI. But in 1 minute I said, so, but she's a very beautiful girl. So he has created from his imagination whichever prompts he gave. And he put this in his social media, and then all my, congratulations, very good looking girl. What is her Tarawad name? Where is she? What is she doing? I said, what the hell? So this is good. And I'm asking, where do you get these features from? That is dangerous, right? Using it. So this is something which is, we have to live with it.
And
Necessary evil.
Yeah, there is something called then user responsibility we don't talk about. So when you get that message from your favorite chacha, it's your job to verify, ask your chacha, where did you get this from? Before sharing that. Because your chacha trusts you and you trust your chacha, and your friends on your WhatsApp group trust you. So there is something called user responsibility, our responsibility to verify it before you share it.
There is a new word called ROMO, which is done by Cillian Murphy when he asked that why was he left out when he was, what do you feel when you knew that you were not in the Nolan's next film? So he said it's ROMO, relief of missing out. So we should do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, apologies, Rinsy, for...
So, yeah, you can, this is a time to take revenge.
He misunderstood
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I'll think about it.
Hi, ma'am. Hi. So, yes, I've been watching your interviews as well. And I'm a media student, of course, Devdas student.
But you're from Andhra Pradesh. Did you get the language? Some of them, right?
You speak in English as well in a few interviews.
That is like hi,
yeah.
bye.
So, yeah. Today, the team is celebrating Nari Shakti.
Okay.
So, when did you feel your own Nari Shakti? When did you realize your strengths?
It's a very good question and falling into the theme as well. Uh, See, I was brought up by strong women, my mom and my dad's mother, because my mom was a professor, so she was always, another college, and that was not in my Tarawad, my native home. And so I was with my dad's mom. So I'm like a grandmother's baby, and Amma used to come in every weekend. My dad was abroad. So ensuring that working and growing up with strong people, you give that thing. It's just like I was always I thought I was the gunda in the house. So that is what the thing is. I've done all kinds of what you call boisterous, mischievous tantrums. Everything was. I'm a single child, so I get till I think I completed my degree. My mom used to beat me because I deserved it also. So Nari Shakti was there because I was brought up like that. I never thought this is a boy and this is a woman, something like that. No. I was like, I'm an individual, I'm here. In corporate, now only I'm working with a lot of women in the boardroom. Those times when we started, most of them were men. So that was something which we go through, and I never thought that at all. So Shakti was mine. Nari or somebody else in the back? Yeah. You can ask questions calling me. Go, give it to you. This is for you, Ajay. Is it for your dad or to me?
All three of you.
Okay.
As all three of you from the social media background, and Rekha ma'am, as you have said, the cousin shut-up story, what would you say is more important for social media right now? Is it the relatability of the content or the originality of the idea of the content?
Genuinity of the person. And your brand talks about it. If Rekha, Menon or Rinsy is posting something or Dev is posting something, it has to be true. That has to come from your previous engagements. Where do you engage with? What kind of stakeholders you talk to? That's what I feel like. So if I'm doing something in an interview with a person, and that manages what exactly that I'm about, and I want to convey that. So genuinity of the individual is what I feel.
Same question to all three of you.
Yeah, like I said, being real is important. And, when you've been watching your favorite creators for like 2-3 months or years, you yourself, you will have an idea, is this guy really genuine? So that's how you gain followers. And being real is very, very important. And being true to your followers. See, the moment you hit a certain number of followers, it's easy to make money, right? But you have to be responsible. So it's easy to start a channel, but to be responsible, you are not only creating viewers, you are indirectly creating even consumers for the products you promote. So I think being responsible and being as honest as you can.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Do you want me to answer this question?
He was very modest. He doesn't want to. Anyone else? Yes, here. We'll come to you.
Yeah. So I had one question. So the question was, what would you give advice to Gen Z or the next generation for social media platforms to interview the celebrities or become like something?
So you want what would I tell a Gen Z or a
Your advice to Gen
Alpha
Z
for
on social
interviewing-
media.
On social media or interviewing a celebrity, he said.
Yeah.
Huh. The story is same. You are Gen Z, you're millennial, you're Gen X. Your content matters. Everywhere content is the king. When you walk into the room, that respect you get, that is give and take. And when you are giving your resume or a profile to that PR publicist, they have to say, wow, so this person matters. Give your links of what you have done in the past. Give your Instagram post something which is making me sensible. And then ensure that your content matters about thorough knowledge about the person standing or sitting in front of you. And understand when in television, remote control I had the time of only 10 seconds to absolutely, make an person interesting in looking back and looking again to coming back to my channel to see, or this person's program. 10 seconds, because by the time he will change his remote control and move to the next channel. Now it is 3 seconds. So in the 3 seconds, how do you impress a person? That has to be your elevator pitch. Your practice matters. Even right now, I'm doing an interview. I will 1 hour. Today, he sent me the questions. I practiced while I came on my way here. Gauri would know. And then, interestingly, that is what practice, practice, practice. Even Amitabh Bachchan, I have seen that in KBC shoots, even he starts with Devio Sajjano, he practices. If that man can practice, and why can't we?
Great. Gauri, you have a question?
Hi, ma'am. Actually, I'm a big fan of you, and I grew up seeing your interviews in the TV. You always engage and entertain both celebrities and the audience as well. So I always look up to you. The way you inspire my generation is really something that I can't put in words. So my question is, how you're feeling from the TV screen to the mobile screen? How you're feeling this generational gap?
That's a good question. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Anjana.
Anjana, that's a good question. There is no generation gap, but maybe when I started my television show, I told you, November 29, 1999, I had to talk about my sponsor, but my conversation was the way we talk now. So that was my digital format, because those times it was like namaskar. Everybody used to say that, we say Varamuri and Vaimuri. So that is what. So I was always in my Vaimuri. It was like the way I talk. So people close to me will not miss me. Oh, she talks in television also like that, in home also like that, in the office also like that. So I have no, what you call, barricade, or there is a kind of a difference in, in conversations, the way I had to converse. So in digital, I came and it was nice because I don't need to say anything. Just say, hey, so what's up? Where are you coming from? So that was the thing it came in.
And as someone who has actually watched her from the beginning, she's always the same person. Whether at home, whether she's talking to, it's the same.
Yeah, so
interview flow, whether you are with
I never have changed that mode of conversation from a quiz to. So I was telling this important conversation, when you take it also when you have a negative, not negative, quirky feedback. It was a live telecast, and there was it's a quiz show, and a photographer calls me. Okay, I said, hello, I'm so and so, I'm a photographer. So I was so excited, and it's a live telecast, people are watching. So I said, hey, when will you take my photo? He told me immediately, I'm not a wildlife photographer. So, oh my God, it is live. So, but it was a great comment, and for me, it was like a fantastic way to take it up and go and walk along and smile. And I laughed a lot, and then next time I said, Ishwara, but it was fun. Even my family, somebody comes and, I've seen you somewhere in television. So my husband has said, yes, Animal Planet. So these are people with me. So then...
Ma'am, you mentioned that earlier in the discussion itself, that you had to take a course opportunity right when your child was delivered. That is Nari Shakti to me.
Thank you.
To be able to freely, make choices of your own, because they don't come up with, they come up with certain judgments and expectations as well. So how do you manage such expectations throughout your journey?
Expectations is for me. For example, I lost my very, very close family member on February 3rd, my mother-in-law. I was in Trivandrum for a session. And Amma left me in the sleep, and I landed there. I knew that she was gone. But my session was 2 days later. But that particular festival organizers knew that I would come. And that kind of, so I did that also. Because if she was, I have given a word to someone. It is my grief, but it is not the grief to other people. It's my very personal grief. So my advice to you, darling, that when you're passing through grief, you need to do more what you like to do. And you'll come back normal.
Yeah, but why I chose to stay away is because the kind of videos I do, I have to smile and do, which I couldn't. And I don't want to fake smile and show people that I am happy because I'm not. Because I was not at all happy. It was one of the worst things that has ever happened to me. So I took a break, and it's okay to take a break than fake things, right? I believe that.
I mean, but when you become more and
That's
more
right,
resilient,
because
no?
I also do things to engage, like to divert my mind. I do a lot of other things, but not my content creation because I know I can't be honest there and show that I'm happy because even faking was difficult at that point of time.
So that is what expectations as for me, because have you given a word to someone, and will that 30 minutes make you feel happy as such, where because you are talking to a eminent personality? And I had done all the what you call, it's a book review. So I have read the book. I need to talk to the author. 1 hour of conversation. They would not find a person to read the book and do the interview that time. So I had literally gone ahead, and that person, was very supportive of my decision. Everybody in my family, but I think I did not take that Nari Shakti point you told me. That's great, actually, yes. So I live with my own rules.
And another thing is that like he asked, like how we deal with once you are on social platforms, right? I think hard work, yes, it's definitely important. Being consistent is important. But I think before starting, you need to know if you are emotionally strong because there are a lot of people watching you. There are people to waiting for you to post a video, and they are waiting to put a negative comment. They talk things against you. So all these things are part of this social media platform, but you need to be prepared. I would say mentally polished, like really strong, because this social media platform it's easy to do. I mean, the hard work, the content creation, all is easy, but handling such criticisms and, I mean, all those things are a little difficult. So it's better you prepare yourself, be prepared to face anything.
Yeah, she has a question.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Snigdha. It was a very engaging session. Thank you so much for that. So my question is, as Ansi ma'am said that Rinsy ma'am said that there is like you're completely different when you're in home. There is a different. So my question is that there is this platform persona and there is this individual persona there. Do they clash sometimes? How do you deal with it? That's my question.
It's to me, right? See, you know what? When you are at a funeral, you can't be yourself, right? You will be sad. You can't laugh there. So everyone depends on where you are. Here I am. Am I calm? I don't know, but I'm not like this at home. So I'm a very talkative person, and I have a husband who hardly talks, just listens to me, and I am a very loud person, but I am not that here. So it all depends on where you are. So sometimes when I do my content, my videos, it does clash, but it's okay. My audience have accepted me, so I'm comfortable there. When you do, you have to be comfortable in what you do, right?
That is why, this funeral you said, people can be very insensible to ask questions. So I lost my dad 1.5 years back, and I remember that entire funeral process was happening. One person walked up to me and asked me, you have dark circles, right, in your eyes? So I said, can I finish this and respond to you? I said. I gave it back immediately. But this is something which is, I do not know what triggers these kind of responses to people. But then it is what it is. Move on.
Another thing I want to add on, I really appreciate Rekha Menon for this. Okay, Rekha, sorry, cut the Menon. So I usually get a lot of DMs from media channels for interviews, but first of all, I'm a very shy person, not at home, but I don't usually give interviews like that. But when she called me, I didn't have to think twice. I just said yes, when, where, how. It's because, these days, even the media channels, even the journalists, they are looking for controversies. They want views. So, like she said, there are fake news simply created just for views because they just want click and views, which later creates engagement, which later gets you a lot of followers. So, but Rekha Menon, she never asked any insensitive questions, and I knew, like, I sit and check the previous interviews, and I know her. Like everyone said, I grew up watching her FTQ, the quiz show. I don't know if you remember. I'm a 90s kid. So I told yes to her because she would never ask any controversial questions because back then there were controversies regarding beauty content creators. But she never asked. And then there were other media channels who were asking. I remember someone asking an actress, you lost your child. How did you feel? Like, is that even a question to ask on a public interview? Like, that is so insensitive. And I really respect her for that because she never asked such insensitive, controversial questions. And she knows. See, it's not that she doesn't know that if she asks that, she will get views. She knows that. Even I know. Like, these days, people want negative videos, right? You bash a company, you bash a person. People wait for the episode, like a series. They wait for such videos. But Rekha Menon is not someone who goes for clickbait. So that's one reason till date, I have given interview only on her channel.
Thank you so much for that, and it's make me, so happy because this is something which I talked about. No, your genuinity over the years that helps you when you hear this after so many years of hard work and decision of what to write on the, whether to be a clickbait. No, we should not do that. We should be generic because you need to give respect to the person.
See, when you're on social media, you have to be a brand because you are the future brands. So you have to be yourself and not just do anything and everything that gets you views and followers like anybody else does. So be yourself. Like what you are, just be as raw as you can.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. My question is to Rekha, ma'am. I'm Mamta. So you've interviewed so many people, you've engaged with so many people. So what is that one thing that has stayed with you throughout these interviews? What is that one lesson that you've gained in your life through these interviews?
Lesson is like a person sitting in front of you, either a celebrity, a politician, a business person, or a winner of a quiz. They're smarter than me. That's it. Then you become more and more, we become humble. And that humility, that is the one element I always want to, humility
Down
and,
to earth.
yeah, down to earthness. And so then grounded so that you know that you have sort of questions. But we want to make that person speak. And that, from that answer, my next question comes in. So for that, I need to break the ice for 10 minutes and then make them understand that this person means business and I know my job, but not doing overconfident. No. Be there as yourself. And sometimes I say, can you please cut the camera because I'm very selective memory nowadays. Can I ask my question? I did it in front of A.R. Rahman also. So he said, oh, okay, Chechi, no ki kolo. So
Rekha, did you ever have to pretend that you understood something that you haven't understood? When celebrities talk,
all the time.
they keep talking without actually saying anything.
all
Did
the
you-
time. Sometimes they do communicate, right? So some other things, and also I'll go back. So one actor started talking about his health problems. We started talking and it became a lot of 10 minutes of conversation. And I had only 30 minutes of content. And it was a very famous actor. Then I called him again and said, can I cut that out? Because it will create a lot of problems for you again, because already in conversations with people. So he asked me, are you an angel? I said, you can call me that. And I cut it. So my 30-minute content became 17 minutes. But it's okay. I got interview later also. So that is my relationship.
So my question is, if digital media platforms and digital spaces were to be built from scratch completely by women, how would that fare?
there's nothing to be prepared at all. You just start one day. You decide and just start the next day. That's it. There's no lot of preparation. But see, whatever subject, whatever topic you're going to talk about or create content about, you need to know something about it, right? I mean, if you have the genuine interest in it, you will also learn, and by that time you will also have enough knowledge on it, right? Yeah. You don't have to have lots of other stuffs already done and all.
But multiple times I have thought myself, should I close this and go? Shall I just, leave it, quit? Because sometimes the pressure of sometimes, maybe the exam time, sometimes monsoon time, Wi-Fi will not work. My views were, the views were all coming down, reducing. I said, should I do it once again? But then you have that kind of, you are always on a treadmill. You need to do more, from a 3.5 to speed to 5 to 6. So that what goes on. Now it comes a stage that, okay, fine. You like a person, this is a content you want to do, you go ahead.
Right. More specifically, like, if it were to be built from scratch by women, how would it be? Like, completely.
It's not women and men, it's for anybody. It is difficult, and you need to right theme. Team and theme are more important. And how do you you don't need to copy anybody. Somebody else has done that, so I will not. So this is something, it's all building up anything. It's like a Lego block.
Dev sir, any interesting insights?
Interesting?
Insights, some sir.
Incident.
Anecdotes, anything that you remember that.
No, Dev sir.
For you.
What kind of, I haven't, my job, my entire life, I haven't interviewed celebrities, mine was politicians, then very controversial people, so interesting things, Some of the things, say particularly when you interview people, politicians, then most of my career I spent abroad, so I can't relate to anybody in India, but some of them, how pretentious politicians are. Even if they don't like you, they don't tell you in the face that I don't like you. So I actually respect politicians a lot. For one thing alone, that is their patience with people like us when we go and interview people. We know that they don't like us, they hate us, but they say, you are great, come on. It's a brilliant question. So that is what.
Thank you. We'll take just one last question for today. Yeah, please hand over the mic to him.
Yeah, I had a question. Let's say you have a large following, which both of you do. Do you think it's important to cater to issues pertaining female rights, something like that? Do you think your audience would want you to address those issues because you have a big platform, or do you just choose to ignore those issues? And
I don't ignore, but as part of my interviews, if I'm interviewing a person with that particular interest, I bring that content in that.
Okay.
For an Instagram, I think most of them was my reels from the previous. For example, this is something not an issue around, but this was basically, I interviewed a chartered accountant recently, and he talked about how your mom and dad's will is more important for you to inherit the money. And he talked about the women, if the husband dies and he's not written a proper will, thank you, goodbye, bye-bye. Nothing will come to you. As per the rules keep changing. So that was an interesting. And he said around 67,000 crores are lying in bank, unidentified and unauthorized. So these kind of elements I do. But the issue of rights, if somebody wants to talk about it, I will.
Yeah, like when I do I do even chit-chat videos. So if I need to address something, I don't make a video on that topic, but while I do my makeup video, I bring in this topic. I drag in that topic because I want to convey what I think. And yeah, I do share my opinions.